Hello everybody and welcome back. This is episode number 17 of the Amber Army YouTube Football Manager 2017 Experiment Newport County Russian Takeover. And as you can see, lying back in League One after that devastating relegation last season. It's got to be a better season now. There's got to be a better manager, and the tactics have got to be right. The players have got to be right. Everything has got to improve, because for us to meet the target, we simply have to get back-to-back promotions. Now, they've come down with a very good team, which I think this team itself will go into being favourites to get promotion back up. So let's have a look at the transfer history. Not brought anyone in yet. As you can see, there's a lot of outgoings. So, well, they've made 4.6 million. I think if they put that money back into their squad, I think they could maybe go ahead and do it. So, who's the manager? Manager? What? Wayne Rooney is the manager. That's an interesting one. Is it the same Wayne? It's got to be the same Wayne Rooney. It is the same Wayne Rooney, of course it is. But, wow. Well, we don't know whether he's any good as a manager. Has he implemented his tactics yet? They will be Wayne Rooney's tactics, and these are very good-looking tactics. So, can Wayne Rooney's Newport County, that's mental that is, isn't it? Absolutely mental. Can Wayne Rooney's Newport County get the back-to-back promotions for us to continue the series into the Premier League? Because if we don't meet our target, it's over. It's game over, very much so. Wayne Rooney, we've got to look to see if he's had any other managerial jobs. He's had 5 manager jobs. Only thing is, that's his career stats. But how do we find his manager stats? That's a Looks as though he's been in some bigger teams, because looking at the money that's been spent there. So there. Right, let's have a look. First venture into management was at Charlton, where he was appointed in December 2019. Between December 20, Rooney also at Bristol, Sheffield United, Doncaster and Colchester. So he's managed a few decent... Oh, there you go. Manager histories right down there. Manager, Charlton, Sheffield United, Doncaster, Colchester, and now Newport County. At least they're paying him a fair wage. It's $2,000 a week rather than the 10 grand to that waster that took them down. And see, the manager bar is practically full, I think. Yeah, that is full. A full manager bar. Yeah. I'm feeling positive about this one now. Wayne Rooney's Newport County, they got to get promoted first time or it's game over. I will do the 10 full seasons just to see if they end up in the Championship if they don't get promoted this year. But let's not waste any more time. Let's see who Wayne Rooney brings in, and let's see how they start the season. I'll take you there now. And here we are. We're on the 2nd of September now. 7th place, so it's a decent start. Lost 2, mind you, to Barnet and Colchester, but both away games. Winning both home games and winning 1 away game. So in which case, they play 3 away games so far. So it's not the worst start in the world, really, is it? Let's have a little look and see who Wayne Rooney has brought in. Well, there we go. There's some signings there. Will Randall from Coventry, Dabo from Bolton. Not sure who any of these are. Richard Tucker, who's this freebie? Richard Tucker, 20 years old. Let's have a look at these. Will Randall is a wide player, right wing, worth 2.1 mil. This guy can play either left back or right back. I like the versatility on that. Josh Grant is a right back or centre back. Looks like the strongest position is a centre back. So we got Dominic Livesey on loan, left winger. So he's covering his full back and left winger and right winger positions. Mark Jobling is a striker. I'm not sure what to make of him, really. And a lone player from Swansea, Christian Turner Pardew, is another centre back, just to boost the back and another centre-back / left-back they paid 1 million to Swansea for. And they've made some further sales, so they've actually made a profit. So I hope that, Solly March has gone. I'm not too happy about that, to be honest with you, because he's a good player. But he is 30 years old, and they did get 1 million for him. I don't know, I mean, the transfer window's over. Newport have a particularly large-ish squad. Seem well covered in all positions there, considering the tactics that Rooney is employing. Oh, he's moved it to a 4-4-2 now, is he? Right. Interesting. Good old-fashioned 4-4-2 isn't really the worst tactic to use, really. It's a nice, evenly stretched out tactic. I mean, the reputation isn't great, really, is it? What kind of upgrades have we had? Let's have a little look at landmarks, because it says on there, youth and training facilities were last upgraded in 2022. As you can see, impressive training facilities, great youth facilities, youth levels too. So one thing that the money has done is build up the infrastructure of the club. The capacity of the stadium has not improved. Still got the nice pitch. Pitch conditions perfect, as you can imagine. Well, I've thought with the money they may have done something with the ground, maybe to turn it into an all-seater stadium or something, but I'd say it's their money. Yeah, Vasily and Mikhail. I wonder if there's a way of seeing whether the chairman owner status loves the club. There you go. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon. 30.5 million. So the money's there. The money's definitely there. Let's move on then, shall we, and see how they're doing at the end of November. Okay guys, so we're on the 30th of November and something here doesn't look good. Insecure jobs, Wayne Rooney, Newport County. Let's have a little look and see why that is exactly. So Newport County are in 15th place and doing pretty damn poorly. But 6 points away from playoffs means that there's plenty of time to turn it round. Wayne Rooney is obviously not having a good season so far. Let's have a look at some of the player attributes, because this guy who we signed from Swansea is having a pretty decent season at the moment. The left midfielder on loan from Villa, I believe. Yeah, on loan from Aston Villa. He's having a pretty decent season, but County on a whole are not having a decent season at all. Mark Jobling, 22-year-old that they signed, is scoring some goals, but there's not enough goals being scored. That Rafa Mujica, I think that's how you're going to pronounce that one, being paid £28,000 a week to do nothing. It's a bit poor at the moment, guys. We're getting, I think Rooney's time maybe slowly coming to an end. See, the guys, the Russians have chopped managers when they've underperformed. Wayne Rooney is underperforming. Well, what can you say? Plenty of time to turn it round though, and not too far away from the playoffs at the moment. So let's have a little look at League One, the kind of teams that are in there. So Portsmouth and Bradford and Wigan are pretty much leading the way. Chesterfield have been bobbing between League One and the Championship, as well as County. But County got the money behind them. With that sort of money, there's absolutely no reason why they should be still stuck with League One. I know they've had a taste of the Championship, but after 2 seasons losing it like that, it's... Well, what can you say? Courtney Hawes is actually one of the better players in the division at the moment, and Will Randall. So County have got the individuals by the looks of it, because when you've got players at the top of there, it shows that you do have a decent enough team and the individuals that can win you games. But obviously the tactics are poor, the team selection is obviously somewhat poor. They're drawing games they should be winning, I'd imagine. They've lost 6 out of 18. They've won 7, but like I say, I mean, it's quite tight. They're in no fear of any relegation problem, but they should be at least in the playoffs at the moment. They're 10 points away from an automatic position. So basically, guys, the next episode is going to show us the end of the January transfer window, and then the season will be concluded in that episode. So let's have a little look at something. So the money that's there, it's only secure now, so they're obviously still paying some pretty high wages at the moment. General, so it's gone down. The value of the club has dropped by about 5 million, so I'd imagine that's being eaten up by big wages. So not only is promotion absolutely critical for the club, because of the season of the series that we're doing, but it's critical for the finances of the club, because if they stay in League One for another season, that money is going to go. So the Russians are going to have to put more money into the club, and I think that's if it can be turned round and they can go up this season, then I'd imagine the Russians will throw enough money at at whoever the manager is then to take it to the Premier League. If we get to the Premier League in these next 2 seasons, like I said, we will carry on and see how they do in the Premier League after the first couple of years, just to see if the Russians pump enough money in to actually make them a sustainable Premier League club. But we have to wait and see. It's going to be a massive ask, but stranger things have happened in football. So thanks all for watching, thanks all for keeping up with the series. Hope you're all still enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It was a bit gutting last season, but we'll see. We'll have to see. I mean, I'm just looking at the season ticket holders. They should be marketing the club a lot better. They should be pulling the fans in. That's one of the big problems. But anyway, that's the end of this episode now, guys. So thanks again, and until next time, cheerio for now.